Welcome to the Cozy Con Corner podcast. We're your hosts, Grace,
Dorothy,
and Bekah.
How's it been? Also, we've reached 1,000 downloads.
Yay!
Woo! Thank you for everyone that has listened. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this podcast, that you actually want to listen to all the episodes. But I can tell you this episode's theme is going to be a bit of a doozy, guys. Because you know what holiday is coming up? Valentine's Day. So,
whistle, whistle.
We're all single, by the way. We are all single. But
Yep.
we've had our own romantic stuff happen at cons. Not really, but we do have con crushes and just stuff
You
that's
can call it
happened.
that.
Yeah, pathetic versions.
Yeah. But it's con crushes, guys. We talk about love and everything that didn't come with it. Or everything.
That's one way to say it,
Yeah.
And everything that didn't happen. But it's an exciting episode. But first off, we're going to talk about our character development. And what this segment is at the beginning is we just talk about ourselves. That's literally all it is.
Yeah, we like us.
We like ourselves too much.
Yeah.
I like Bekah more than myself, but...
Bekah's literally the best person. She might not even be human, actually, because she's just so amazing. Alien from the distant stars.
She's a goddess, is what she is.
Thank
She is. She is.
We have a Bekah fan club. You guys should join.
Yeah, I am the founder and host of Bekah Fan Club. Grace has been trying to get that position for a long time, but it's on me. Okay, I am the host of Bekah Fan Club. You cannot.
Okay, but I
cannot
discovered
take over.
Bekah. I discovered Bekah.
You may have discovered her, but I founded the club. So, pause off.
I'll make us our own badges and everything. Bekah doesn't get one because we can't let Bekah know. Bekah, plug your ears. You didn't hear anything. You have to keep it secret from Bekah.
It's our secret fan club. I always have to hide my shirt when she's around.
I have Bekah shoes
Bekah
and
merch.
everything. Bekah hats.
Bekah socks.
Bekah scarves.
Full collection.
I'm trying to get Bekah jeans next.
Oh, gosh. I would kill for some Bekah jeans. Get a full
Same.
wardrobe.
It's a fit.
Yeah.
The only person who has Bekah jeans is Bekah herself. One day we'll get them, though. One day.
Trying to steal my clothes.
No!
Put it up on display. Like a frame.
Sell it on eBay. A genuine Bekah pants.
Yes. Worn by Bekah at least once.
One of a kind. Only found here. It's the BekahCon exclusive.
There's a stain on it from when she spilled her mustard.
Does Bekah like mustard?
I don't know. I was thinking
No.
that. No.
Instead of mustard, it's chocolate milk.
That one's fair.
I think mustard would leave more of a stain, though. But whenever I spilled mustard on Bekah's jeans...
I feel like we're just gonna start spilling condiments on her. Just like,
I was sitting next to her eating a hot dog.
and then it just slipped.
Left my bun.
Just gonna throw stuff at me. Just throw a bunch of food at me all the time. Well, Bekah, you should go change clothes now, because
Yeah.
you've got food all over yours. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'll wash that right away. You won't ever get it back, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll just go throw it in. Yeah, don't worry, Bekah. You're just gonna forget about it. And then if you see something on eBay, just don't acknowledge it.
Alright.
It's just how it works. But what show have you guys been watching? Because you know what I've been obsessed with? WandaVision. You're not as big into like Marvel and stuff, right, Dorothy?
No, not really.
Okay, so basically to put it, WandaVision.
It's a ship.
Yeah, what? That's a ship. It's a ship. It's Wanda X Vision.
It's the Scarlet Witch, Wanda, and Vision.
But there's the show on Disney Plus It's after both the Infinity War and everything, and Endgame and all that. So, it's clearing up so much stuff that's happened, and it's going as the comics so far. And if you've read the comics, holy cow, I'm so excited for the next episode. I'm so excited. And that's like what I've been watching. I've been watching. That, and then I've just been binging anime. But WandaVision,
as always,
let me tell you. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Bekah? What have you been into recently?
Well, you already know the answer.
Of course I do, but no one else does. I talked to you, Bekah.
Yeah. I'm really into Haikyuu. Like a lot. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I've watched the first 2 seasons, like 5 times because I couldn't
my gosh.
Yeah. Because I watched it, like, the first time I watched it to watch it, and then the other few times I watched it because it's in dub, and I listen to things when I'm working. And then I just recently found out Crunchyroll doesn't have a paywall, so now I have the other few seasons, and I just finished season 3 over the weekend, so I have a problem. Yeah, and I want to cosplay all of them, so...
Yeah, do it.
Please do it. Then we'll have Bekah photos for our club.
Yes! Put it on the Bekah cosplay wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you, Dorothy?
I've been watching a lot of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. They just released the final season, which got cut. We were supposed to have more of it, but this is the last season now, unfortunately.
How far are you? How many episodes are there?
I am savoring it because I do not want it to be over. So I've only watched 3 episodes because what I'll do is I'll put on, so they're hour-long episodes.
Oh, wow.
And I'll watch 15 to 20 minutes of an episode, and then I make myself stop and wait for later.
Oh my god.
I've actually...
I could not do that.
I couldn't.
I watched Sherlock,
yeah.
Which is like an hour 30 episodes in like a week.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop myself when I watched it a few years ago.
Okay, Dorothy, I get you on her saver stuff, but can you please finish The Promised Neverland? Please, the manga? You've been savoring it for too long. You have I
have 10 chapters left.
You have 10 chapters,
Okay.
and it's been over a few months.
I'm savoring it. I'm reading a couple slides a day. Pages.
I wanna talk about it. I wanna
Once I
talk
finish
about the
it,
ending.
It'll be over. And we're not even gonna get it animated anymore because they changed the ending in the actual anime. Like, they're pulling a Full Metal Alchemist and they're changing The Promised Neverland. Like, 'cause, usually the manga matches up to the anime pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're completely changing things up for the anime now.
Oh.
So I won't even get to see it animated. So it's still coming out now, so we'll see how it goes. Like, if the anime version is still interesting or not. It seems like it will be so far. I'm still intrigued.
You're still on the line.
Yeah, but it's not the manga.
Yeah, no.
If it's like Full Metal Alchemist, I'm gonna be disappointed.
But then they would have to remake it and then actually go by the plot. But they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Like, I watched Full Metal Alchemist and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Brotherhood is like leagues above the other one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I liked both, but yeah. Yeah.
I liked the Brotherhood so much better. So I feel like I'm going to be disappointed in Promised Neverland.
I don't know. We'll see by the end of this season. We'll see. Okay. Well, why don't we get into our stories now? Love. Ooh la la.
Romance. Welcome to our romance anime episode.
Little shoujo for you.
We'll bring you so close and then just let you down. Who would like to go first? My story's a bit longer. Bekah, thanks for offering.
Okay. I have like 2 very short ones. Because, spoiler alert, they don't go anywhere. Yeah. They're actually both from the same con, too.
Was it the same weekend or just the same convention?
The same weekend.
Oh, wow. Wow.
No, Bekah, there's more. I just don't think You acknowledged it at the time.
Oh, I'm sure there's more. I'm just too stupid to realize that they were actually flirting with me. Well, the two I have are from the same convention. Yeah, because one, I knew they were flirting with me. And the second one is just a crush. Yeah, so they were both of their names start with C. Dang it.
Well, why don't you describe... Oh, well, wait, they cosplayed the same character.
Yeah, they both cosplayed Bakugo, and I was Kirishima.
Call one of them Bakugo, and then call one C.
We'll call the first one Bakugo. Yeah, so I think it was Con Alt Delete. The first one...
Started with Bakugo. It started with Bakugo.
Yes. We went to the meetup. During that, like, you can take ship photos, you know, and it's like, oh, look, Bakugo and Kirishima both go up. This person wanted to take photos with me, and they picked me up to take photos with me. I don't know why everyone does that. It's a reoccurring thing.
You're fun to pick up.
Dorothy, someone stole Bekah from you.
No. I mean, this is before we met.
Yeah, this was before we met.
I stole Bekah from them.
But also, we met this person a day before on Friday, because the meetup was Saturday. So we met them briefly at the ball.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And we talked with them. This person just didn't randomly pick up Bekah. We met them and talked to them the day before.
Yeah.
Not that doesn't happen at cons. Don't mislead people.
I know that still happens. That still happens.
Happen.
Yeah.
It's just, that's not how this went. Yeah, so we, like, hung out and talked the entire meetup. It was a lot of fun. We just joked around on the side. Like, the whole Baku squad, Kirishima, Bakugo, like, all those were done. Because they did those pretty fast. Yeah, we just hung out. And then, I don't remember, like, if I walked away and they talked to you, Grace, or...
No, you need a time skip now.
Yeah. So, like, we hung out for a few hours with them, and then I think I went somewhere. They talked to Grace, and asked if I was single. Which I am. You want to tell that part?
Yeah, I'll tell that part. So, Bekah walks off to go look at the exhibit hall and everything. And so we stayed in one spot, basically that whole con, and we danced and we met people there. And I held down the fort. Everyone else went off. This person came up to me, this Bakugo, and was like, hey, you know that Kirishima? And I was confused because there was two Kirishimas that we were like around. So I was like, which one? It's like the one that I met yesterday. And I was like, oh yeah, my friend, Bekah. She's like, yes, Bekah. She's like, well, can you give this to her? And I was like, well, what is this? She's like, it's just give it to her. And she proceeds to hand me these hot sauces. And she also was asking if Bekah had any social medias, if she was single, like, does she swing that way? Just making sure she had a chance, basically, and that she could pursue Bekah. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's single. She has no one. Bekah comes back, and I hand her the hot sauces, and then if you want to take over from here, Bekah, and tell you what was on those hot sauces.
Okay, so they were, like, Taco Bell hot sauces. So, you know, like, Taco Bell has this, like, they write on the hot sauces. So it's like, oh, you're spicy. Call me. Like, ooh.
Taco Bell sauces flirt with you.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like, and I can't, like, do spices, so I can't eat them, but... So I do still have them in my room somewhere.
Oh.
So I was like, I can't eat it because, like, I'm allergic to spice. So I was just like, I don't want to throw them away, but I can't do anything with them. So I think the Bakugo left before I got back to Grace.
They did. They did.
So I decided to flirt back with them, and I stuck the hot sauce in my mouth, and then, like, and then I had Grace take a picture of me, and then I sent it to them.
You know, just to let them know, I received it, and I'm interested.
Yeah, which I think they were a little intimidated by. Yeah, because the next day they were like super awkward about it. I would try to talk to them and they'd be like, "Oh, hi. Yeah, anyway." And I was like, "Okay, well, you flirted with me first. I just flirted back. I'm sorry."
Yeah. That's the worst. Like, you put yourself out there. Like,
Yeah.
you think you have a clear shot if they're flirting with you first, and you think, okay, this is cool, let's go for it. And
Yeah.
then, ugh. That'd be so upsetting. I would be so upset.
Yeah.
The best part is that's not the first time someone has asked me for Bekah's socials and to ask if she was single. Like, this happens at least once every con. That one was just more creative. That one had hot sauce involved. I
This
give him
one
a
was
10 out of
spicy.
10, guys. 10 out of 10 for
Well,
creativity.
No, not 10 out of 10.
They didn't even flirt
Respond
back.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I meant for the hot sauce. I only get 10 out of 10 for the hot sauce. Everything else
Second
is...
rating, they lose.
Yeah. Everything else, 0.
Everything else 0, but hot sauce, creative. Recuperate, though.
Well, because I did. They flirted with me first. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to flirt back. And then they were like, well, actually,
Ugh.
this is awkward now because he flirted back. And I was like, all right, then I'm not going to flirt with you.
It's almost like you're supposed to flirt back when someone flirts with you. What?
Yeah, so that's that one. The other one is another Bakugo cosplayer that I met the day of the photo shoot.
Well, no. Once again, we met them.
We met them the day
Friday
before.
night outside the ball. We met everyone outside the ball for some reason when we were trying to get there. And we chatted with them, and then we walked in.
Yeah, I think they were a little tipsy, so they didn't remember me the next day. But I think they came up to me, if I'm remembering right.
Oh, I don't remember.
This
Don't
was a
ask
while
me.
ago. This is over a year ago.
That convention, I don't remember half of what happened. Gonna be honest.
That's fair.
Just a blur.
It is.
Yeah.
I remember key points, but that's about all. Cause I was so sleep deprived. I got like 4 hours a night that whole week.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think they came up to me first. Because they were in a different cosplay for the meetup. Because they also went to that. And then they changed into Bakugo later. Yeah, that sounds right.
They came to hang out with us,
Yeah.
our group, in that one spot where we chilled.
Yeah. And then they stayed there all day. And just hung out with us. I thought they were really attractive. The entire time. So I get like cold all the time. And I was even wearing a sweatshirt. And I was freezing. And this person was like a heater. And they were like, let me just cuddle you. And I was like, yes. So we just sat on the floor and cuddled for like 3 hours. And then right before the panel that I was accidentally a part of.
Yeah, you're gonna need to tell that story now. You're gonna have to lead into that.
That's another story for another time.
I think we had like 8 people on the pile that were just like all cuddling each other. Like, and we were basically strangers.
But there was a cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
Everyone was just laying on everyone and just chilling because everyone was so dead tired.
Yeah. We exchanged Instagrams and then like we texted for a month. But this person was dating someone at the time, so I did not flirt with her. So I was like, this isn't gonna go anywhere. They were really nice, really attractive. But it's fine.
Their whole group of friends were really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Love. I love love. I mean, there was some more stuff. There was a lot more stuff that happened, like...
Mine doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's drops
Yeah.
off.
Like I said at the beginning, we're gonna take you so far, but nothing happens. Basically.
These are all failed stories.
Yeah.
Didn't go
Failed
anywhere
love
yet.
stories.
We tried to romance. It didn't
Unrequited
happen.
from both sides.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Not lovey-dovey. More like a bad fanfic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like once they didn't finish writing. Like it's supposed to be 10 chapters, but they only write the first one. Those are our stories.
I've read that. Yeah, those are mine.
Okay, Dorothy, if you want to go next.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's hop on into this. I also have 2 stories. They're not particularly long, but we'll see where this goes. So, oh yes, let's set the stage. I think it was matsurikhan. Yeah, it was matsurikhan. Yeah, it was near the end of the day. So I had worn, I don't know, a cosplay during the day, and then I changed into a pajama cosplay at the end of the day. I wasn't planning on changing, but I was so uncomfortable when I got into the hotel room and started eating that I thought, yeah, I need to change out of this. I was being very, very lazy. I only wanted to go to a couple more panels for the rest of the con. I mostly just wanted to go back to the con, you know, not even to do anything special. So I had black eyebrows on, right? And I was going to do a blonde character. So I legit just like smudged them off with my thumb. So it worked for the other character. I blotted off a bit of I have oily skin, so it was a little greasy, right? So I blotted that off and wiped off my eyebrows and then changed my wig and my outfit. I didn't even put my binder back on because my shirt was loose enough you couldn't tell. I was cosplaying a boy, but yeah, I just went for it with my bra, and went to the con like that. So I didn't look great, right? I didn't think I looked great. Because there are some times when you get all dolled up in your cosplay, you're like, yeah, I look good, right? You look at yourself and you're like, okay, right? I was not at this stage, okay? I was not there. So my friend and I, we didn't have anything we wanted to do. We went to a couple panels, so it was really late. It was probably 11:30 p.m., and there was karaoke going on. So it was too late to sign up for it, but it was still going on. I'm like, dude, to my friend, let's go to watch the karaoke. Like, let's just go watch them sing. This will be fun. Yeah, karaoke at cons is fun because everyone sounds horrible, but nobody cares. We all just have fun.
Yeah.
You screech into that mic, totally off pitch, and everyone is cheering you on. It is a good experience. So yeah, we went to the karaoke panel, and we sat down and just sat and watched, right? We couldn't sign up anymore. It was too late, and there were only about 30 minutes left of the panel. Whenever there were about 15, 20 minutes left, there were only maybe 10 people left in the room. It was pretty empty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we were having fun, my friend and I were, so we were cracking up. I was laughing so much as I watched this panel, and then at one point, someone else who was in the panel rushes over to me and says, "Hey, my friend thinks you're really cute. How old are you?" Like, out of the blue. Like, yeah. I was very confused because I looked like crap, but I was like, I think I was 19 at the time. I was over 18. But yeah, I told them my age, and they were like, "Oh, okay." And then they, like, rushed back over. And then their friend rushes over to me with the phone and says, "What's your Instagram?" So I gave them my Instagram. And yeah, my friend told me that apparently the entire panel, like for the karaoke, whenever we were sitting there watching it, the person kept staring at me. Like, kept looking at me and talking to their friends. I didn't know I was watching the panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I followed them back on Instagram. And that was it. Okay, well, alright. The next day, I was cosplaying a character, and I saw another person cosplaying the exact same character as me, and I was trying to make friends. It was a Sunday, right? So that's kind of the day you try to really get social and last minute make friends, right? To make up for the fact that you didn't the rest of the weekend because you're too shy. At least that's it for me, right? So I was trying to be silly. This was back whenever T-posing was really big, right? So I walked over to them and I T-posed. And I was like, "Hello, fellow cosplayer," to the person. Because we even had the same outfit on and everything. It was silly. But they did it back. They T-posed back. And they were like, "Hello." And then I put my arms down and was like, "Okay, but really, I really like your cosplay." And I went through the specific details that they had in their cosplay that I didn't have in mind that I liked. You know, just talk to them. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, hi." And I thought, okay, excellent friendship potential, right? So I was talking to them a little bit more. And then their friend walks over and they go, "Oh, wait, you're the person from last night." And they cover their face and then, like, go off to the corner. So then the friend, like, the person I was talking to was in the same cosplay as me, then, like, got weird and was like, "Oh," like, smiling, and then walked away. And then I just, like, okay. I felt weird, so then I just walked away.
It's so awkward.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That was that. Never got a message on Instagram or anything. I honestly don't even remember the person's Instagram. So, yeah. I would not be able to recognize them in a crowd. Yeah. Any of them. It was the group. I think there were 3 or 4 people in the group, but they were wearing different cosplays. And I mean, the interaction was so short,
Yeah.
both times. Nothing else happened in the story. That's it. I'm not simplifying. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah. It's not like I was super, I don't know, I was interested. I was like, okay, flirt with me. I will listen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not super picky or crazy about that. Okay. But nope, they weren't I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, so let's move on to a new story.
You think they were intimidated by you?
How? I'm not intimidating. I T-post to their friend. Like, that's the goofiest, wackiest thing. And then complimented them aggressively, pointing out every detail of their cosplay that was better than mine. Like, is that intimidating? I'm a nerd.
I don't know.
We're all just nerds here. I don't know. And also, I look like trash the other day. So it's not like I was looking really hot. That you'd be, oh, here's the supermodel. Oh, this is too much. No. It's just me, just Dorothy. Looking greasy. Wiped off my eyebrows with my thumb. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so different convention. So this was at Anime Midwest. This time, I was feeling attractive. Okay, I went to the ball, and I was doing Bakugo. Little funny. See the parallels between the stories here. I was doing his formal outfit from the movie, and I got my makeup looking all right. I swished some mouthwash, even though my breath already smelled good. Like, I was feeling myself, right? All right, so I go into the ball, and I'm feeling nice. I'm looking good. I walk around, dance a little bit with some random people, and then another Bakugo cosplayer. Here we go, guys. Listen up. Hurries up to me and says, "Bakugo, you're really attractive. Do you want to dance?" And it was a lot. So my face, yes. So my face starts flushing up like to my ears, and my wig showed off my ears, so we could see all the red. And I was like, yes, aggressively back, but very shy. And then they grabbed me to dance. But it was like aggressive dancing. They were really, really close to me. With the way they started dancing, but I was like, okay. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm very bad at dancing. They're like, that's okay, you're doing great. Like, and was like, you got this. Come on, Bakugo, you're me. You get it. And then they started, I don't know, going through the steps with me, because it was a waltz, right? Mm-hmm. I know how to waltz, but the intimidation was a lot. So suddenly I forgot how to waltz, and it was so fast, and they were so close to me up against my chest. I was like, okay.
You couldn't think.
Yeah, and they said,
Bakugo-kin just grabbed you.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Aggressively danced with you.
Yes! Oh my gosh! But they said, quite a few things to me. They were like, I told myself that the most attractive person I saw here, I was gonna ask on a date, do you want to go on a date? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go on a date with you.
Oh my gosh.
They said, that's great. But like, it was so aggressive with their face and everything. That's great. This is going great. Excellent. I didn't think this would work out so great. Great. And I'm like, yeah, good. Do you like the con? Yeah, good con. Great. What's your name? And I told them my name. They told me theirs.
Just very nicely yelling at you.
Yes!
You're saying
exactly
nice things to me, but you sound so mean.
Yeah, it was so much. Eventually, it like calmed down a little bit, and I was like, oh crap, wait, I need to ask, what's your age, right? And the person said, oh, I'm 17. And I was 19 at the time. So I told them,
oh my gosh.
So I stopped dancing, and I stopped moving, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm 19, I can't. And they said, oh, I turn 18 in a month. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe in a month then. And then they kind of like shyly backed. I was still down to be their friend, but I think they were just embarrassed. I mean, I was embarrassed too, you know. I should have asked them their age first things first, but I was caught up in the aggressive dancing and flirting up in my face. but yeah, still a fun, weird memory.
Yeah.
That's one way to flirt with someone, I gotta say.
Oh, it worked. It was going well. If it had been a month later, it would have worked out. Those are my stories.
Well, now they're old enough.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if you're watching this, send me a
I mean, it's been 2 years, but
DM me. If you're watching this and you know who I am. If you somehow remember me and somehow remember my username, hit me up.
Okay. Well, I can tell you none of my stories are like that. But it kind of is. So my love story that's non-existent starts at WonderCon, okay? Which is in California. On Friday I was helping out around, and the way this con is set up is basically you look anywhere, there's an activity going on. So in the convention hall, there's so much stuff going on in the convention hall. There's panels, there's meetups. Well, right outside the convention hall, they had this huge area where everyone was taking pictures in front of the fountain and people milling around. Well, there was a guy out there with a speaker and he was playing music. So, of course, I couldn't not join in and dancing. There's like a circle forming around this guy. And so, of course, I jump in and dance. I was in my female Naruto. And then I jump out and then there's this guy, okay? He was dressed in a Spider-Man cosplay. But not just any Spider-Man cosplay. He was just in, like, he didn't have a shirt on. Right after everything happened and he's beat up, he has, like, soot on his face. He looks rough. And then he also had wounds, okay? He had a bunch of wounds.
Beaten down Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah, and his mask was ripped and stuff, but he had, like, just bruises and scrapes all over him. He jumped in and he started, like, doing flips everywhere, okay? He was athletic. He was doing all this stuff, and, of course, everyone was, like, going up to him because everyone wanted to know this kid. Well, I didn't really acknowledge that at the time, because I was just like, wow, he's an awesome dancer. I danced for like 2 hours there, and I made some friends, and so we all just kind of stuck around and we hung out and we danced. And I also had my speaker after the guy left, and we just kind of just chilled more and danced like throughout the half of the day. Going into night, this guy kept on coming over to our group to dance with us, and then just going off again, and then coming back, dancing with us, and leaving. So he was in and out because he was entertaining basically everyone out front. And he was there with his aunt, who was playing Aunt May also, but it was their actual aunt. And the aunt came up to me and was like, oh my God, I'm so glad that you're playing music. It's so much fun. You guys are so much fun to interact with. Because we were entertaining also the whole front area and getting so many people as they walk by to dance with us, just to, hang out. Well, as I'm talking to the aunt, the guy comes up and he starts talking to me too. And finally, I learned his name, I learned more about him, and we talked for 2 hours, okay? And we found out that the next day on Saturday, we were doing the same cosplays. Well, not same cosplay, but from the same fandom. Because I was doing Inko, and he was doing Deku. And so, he was like, oh my God, we have to meet up. We have to, like, get pictures and everything. We have to hang out tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I would love to do that. Because he was so funny also. He was hilarious. And his aunt was super sweet. Like, we hung out till after the con. When my employer, came, they went into the hotel and I stayed afterwards just to hang out with this guy. We made plans for the next day to meet up and everything. So Saturday comes. We planned to meet around noon or something around that time. And I got his social media that night so we could actually meet up. Oh my God, I'm smiling and blushing as I speak this. Oh. I want you to know, I started developing a crush on him. After, I got back to the hotel room and I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, he's so nice and he's so funny. And we could talk and keep talking, which was so great. And it's so hard to have that without having any awkward moments. But we planned to meet up and Saturday came and around mid-afternoon, he starts texting me that he's at the con and if you want to meet up. And I was like, yeah, we'll meet up. So I immediately start to go meet him out front. As I'm walking out front, all of a sudden, he comes up behind me and, like, covers my eyes. And he's like, guess who? And I was, okay, guys, I'm just saying, I was blushing so hard, okay? I've never had that happen to me.
Oh.
I was homeschooled half my life. I dropped out in 7th grade and I was homeschooled ever since. So I have no experience with anything. Like, I immediately knew who it was, and I was like, oh my god, you look so good. And he was dressed as Deku, I was dressed as Inko. And immediately, everyone kept on coming up to us asking for photos, because we were a dual pair. And everyone's like, oh my god, you guys look so cute, you guys look amazing, and so. But, like, like, every time we were taking a photo, he would immediately, like, go to grab me around the waist and to take the photo. And I was like, I was very shocked, because I didn't know that he was that touchy-feely, but he was. Like, we decided to meet up with some more friends that we made also. Like, I had my purse on me, and I had my speaker. And so I was carrying that around. And then I also somehow ended up carrying some other people's stuff. I don't know how that ended up, but I was carrying a bunch of people's stuff. We kept on, like, moving and, like, making base somewhere else and just sitting around. And every time we go to walk around or something, he would always offer, he's like, oh, here, let me grab that. I'll hold your bag for you. And I was like, oh, it's okay. It's like, no. And like, he would, like, just take it from me. And he's like, oh, it's fine. I got it. And, like,
so nice.
He opened every door for me. He's very extroverted also, just like me. So he would go off and talk to people. But literally, like, after like 10 minutes, he would come back. He's like, are you okay? Is everything okay? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And then he would go back. Like, he kept checking up on me. And we had so many people in our group, okay? But he kept coming up to me and checking in on me. I chilled and I talked with his aunt. His aunt is the nicest person I ever met. She's so sweet. Like, we got to, like, we talked and everything. We spent the whole day together. Ugh, something that all needs to be known. He was my first ever crush. And I mean ever. I've never had a crush on anyone. I can, like, look at a guy and be like, oh, yes, he was hot. But he was my first crush. And we hung out. Just to know how, like, attractive he was, literally, as we're like, hanging out anywhere, girls just kept coming up and asking for his number and telling us, like, oh, you're so attractive. Like, what's your number? Like, what's your social media? Like, he was fine.
Yeah.
But he was a popular guy, okay? By the end of the night, I once again stayed longer, and he also was able to stay longer, and we hung out till, like, 10 p.m. and just danced together. Like, all we did, like, we were dancing half the time together, and it was nothing I love more than a man that can dance, let me tell you. I was talking to him, like, are you coming tomorrow? He's like, oh, I might be coming tomorrow. I hope I can, but I have some stuff, so I might not be able to come. It's like, oh, I hope you can come tomorrow. We can meet up again and chill again. I finally get back to the hotel room, and I call my mom, and I'm like, I explain what happened, just how my weekend gone, and she's like, oh my gosh, Grace, I've never heard you talk about a guy like this. You've never had a crush in your life. I'm like, I know. What do I do? She's like, well, you gotta spend the day tomorrow with him. You gotta get his number. Cause I only had his Instagram at the time. So I was like, okay, I'll get his number tomorrow. And that was like my plan for the next day. Well, I needed more advice cause I didn't know what was happening. So, you know who I thought to call? Oh, yes. I'm gonna call my brother. Thinking, he's a guy. He's been in relationships.
Yeah.
He can tell me how like a guy flirts or stuff. Like, just to know I'm not going insane, okay? Because I'm like, was he actually flirting with me, or was I just thinking too much about this? I thought I was thinking too much about this. Like, I also talked to my coworker, and they were like, because they briefly met him, and they're like, he's flirting with you, right? I'm like, no, he's not. And she's like, well, what have you guys been doing? He's like, and I explained everything that happened. She's like, no, he is definitely flirting with you. I'm like, and I was shocked, okay? But so I call my brother, and I ask for advice. I'm like, well, how do you know if a guy likes you? What should I do? But my brother is just like, oh my gosh, Grace, a guy likes you? What is happening? I'm like, yes, but can you help me? And he's like, well, if he likes you, he likes you. I'm like, this does not help. This
That's
helps
so
nothing.
unhelpful.
Thank you very much, brother. He's like, oh, you should call our other 2 friends. And I was like, okay, I'll call them.
Just drag more people into this.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why couldn't
literally,
you just tell
because
me?
he just was worst advice ever. Like, he likes you, he likes you. What kind of advice is that?
But how do you know if he likes you?
Obviously.
That
What do you do now?
What's after that?
I called one of our friends, and they're also 2 guys, by the way. The first one, his advice was, well, Grace, you gotta kiss him tomorrow. You just gotta kiss him.
Whoa.
Like,
Oh.
go for it, else you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. And I was like, wait, what?
That's a little
I just
fast.
met him yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you just gotta kiss it. Like, Grace, you're gonna regret it. Trust me, I've messed up so much in my life. And also, you gotta know that who I'm talking to has had, like, a bunch of girlfriends.
Mm.
I wouldn't call them players, but they've had a bunch of relationships before. That was the first guy's advice. Now let me get you to the second guy's advice. The second guy, after I was done with talking with the first guy, was like, yes, Grace, you gotta think long term now. Are you gonna marry this guy? You gotta settle down with him. You gotta, like,
What? We just met.
No.
Why is it such
once
bad
again,
advice?
we just met. He's like, you gotta marry him. You have to marry this guy. I was like,
no.
You have to marry your first crush.
Yeah, I know.
these were both like half an hour, 45-minute conversations of them just explaining why I have to, like, think long term or think short term.
This is such bad advice.
I have never
Yeah.
had such bad advice in my life. None of them helped, but they did say and I point out how the guy was flirting. He's like, oh yeah, he likes you. Like, I would never do that to a girl if I didn't like them. That's the only good thing they did, was they confirmed that he was flirting back with me. The big day came, Sunday. I show up at the con, and I was like, oh, like, when is he gonna get here? And everything. And I also was taking note. I was not gonna do anything those guys said. I took note of that, because I realized, no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not gonna help me.
Mhm.
I get a message on Instagram saying, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to come today. I have some stuff to do. And my whole plan was to get this guy's number. Okay? Because I don't want to just ask for it on Instagram. I want to be in person. Like, oh, can I get your number?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I tried to talk with him because I liked him. I really liked him. Only to realize he doesn't go on Instagram. Like, you can see on Instagram when the person was last active, after, like, being 2 weeks not on red, but just 2 weeks after I messaged him, like, oh, how are you doing? How's your day? I realized he just doesn't use Instagram. He only used Instagram for the con. So, I was not able to keep in contact with him. I think if I ever saw him again at a con, I could still like him again. But I was very disappointed that I couldn't go further with that. Because he was such a good guy. And my first crush ever.
Yeah.
My first crush ever lasted 3 days. And that is my love story. Never dated anyone. Never done anything. So,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, finally.
kind of the same. Like, he called me his girlfriend, but I never called him
Doesn't
my
count.
boyfriend.
That
Yeah.
doesn't count.
If he ever listens to this, please just end me. I mean, if you are listening to this, please message me because I still liked you. I will fall back in love with you.
If either of the 2 people messaged me about this, I would die.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a few people confess to me, like, after I became friends with them.
Yeah.
That was a bit awkward.
You see, in like romance anime, or honestly just most shows, they always pin it where, oh, your best friend's secretly in love with the main character, and then, oh, they've been meant to be together this whole time. But when that happens in real life, your best friend that you feel all close to, or a friend that you see as your buddy, suddenly confesses to you that they've liked you the whole time, that's weird. It doesn't feel good. It's just, oh, you just ruined our entire friendship and said it was based on a lie.
Best friends to lovers only works if it's both ways.
Yes.
If they both feel it for each other, then it works. If anything else...
And a lot of times it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. Unless both of them are just shy and don't want to admit it, but...
Yeah,
romance at cons it's interesting because it makes sense to find a partner at a con, right? Because they have the same interest as you, and it's very high energy, exciting time. And a lot of times you feel like you look the best because you're all dolled up in your cosplay, or just if you're wearing merch and you're not actually cosplaying, you're still, dressed up. So it makes sense in that theory, but it's also a weekend to meet them, and then they might live far away, or they drop off on communication, or they were drinking so they don't remember it the next day.
Yep.
Yep.
Or if you've ever had it, they're actually, you think they're flirting with you, but they're only flirting with you because you're cosplaying the other half of their ship. That is the most painful thing that's happened to me multiple times. I'm like, oh, you like me? And then I realize, oh no, you like the character I'm cosplaying.
Oh,
and this is why it is labeled as a con crush.
Although I've had a couple relationships result after I met them at cons and flirted with them at the con. Not in the stories I told today.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you could have told.
I've only dated people I met it. Yeah, I don't like those stories because they're my exes now, so I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it works out sometimes. It does.
I know people who've gotten married after they met at con.
People who get married at cons? Oh my gosh, that happens a lot.
Or engaged at cons.
Oh yeah.
Everyone at Con was getting engaged. It was so cute though.
Yeah. We've been friends with Dorothy for a year now.
Yay!
Oh my god! Also, yeah!
Because we met on Valentine's Day.
We did. Oh
Yeah.
my god, we did.
Yeah.
And then you picked me up the next day.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I found that picture earlier. And I was like, I barely knew you.
Yeah. I asked first. I wasn't gonna go for it. I was real polite.
Well, this was an extra long episode. I hope you guys stuck around to hear our failed romances or failed crushes or just con crushes. I don't even know because none of us got love out of any of it. But in the moment, there was something. But please do follow us at all our social platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at CozyCon Corner. Also, once again, email us at cozyconcorner@gmail.com and send in your own convention stories or your own con crushes for some reason. We'll keep it anonymous, don't worry. No one will ever find out. Look forward to the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and have a great day, guys. Bye!
Bye!